Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another one of them Candid Conversations. Blessed, highly favored, very happy to be here. Listen, I think this is one of the last ones for the year, but it's a really, really big one. It's a great one. Listen, today, you know what we do in Candid Convo? We crisscross across the globe, touching to all creative and all persons who like contributing positively to the society, right? So, yeah, this one is a beautiful one because today I'm touching base with my man, TiTUS MULAMA, one of the co-founders of Next Star Under 14 Funday tournament that's happening this Saturday. And we're also talking to David Clarke, a co-founder of the app FTBLRLIFE, yeah? And you know how it goes, as you can hear? Yeah, next. Listen, a big shout out to all my supporters, all my day ones. Big shout out to all helpers, Bush and Wine Adventures, Olympia Fuller Foundations, JMC Electricals, Sanayetu Mtani, Sakatakandanda Mtani. There's a lot of people, man. Yeah, you guys, you keep the lights on. Listen, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. We're talking to Mr. David Clarke. How are you doing,
for
sir?
footballers, aspiring footballers? We want to focus on aspiring footballers, clubs, coaches, connect them globally. But the most important piece is that we want to make sure it's a positive experience. A lot of these kids are not going to be professional footballers. And so we need to make sure that we inspire them to make the right choices as they go along in life, you know what I mean? And stay in school, stay out of trouble. And one way we can do that is by, keeping them involved in sports, and particularly in our case, in football. So.
Right. So you have a passion for football yourself, yeah?
Yeah, I played in the U.S. as a kid. I've had I have two kids that play. My daughter doesn't play anymore. She's in high school, but my son still plays. And so, yeah, we're a big football family. And, we follow the game in England and in Germany and the U.S. And so we love it.
Yeah, the European leagues. That's a big thing because for a while, the US wasn't like, not a lot of people know there were like football was like a culture like that also in the US, because you're kind of every other sport, be basketball, boxing, and everything is kind of supersedes football in a way, right?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the secondary sports, but it's growing quickly. And with Messi coming to Inter Miami,
there's that. Yeah.
Push. Now you see, the games that Messi is at. You see LeBron James taking, wants an autograph from Messi.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Yo, listen, that was a big coup. That was a big coup d'etat that Beckham pulled. He pulled the first one on the whole world immediately after World Cup, when now they're still fresh. One is like, that was a nice one. So tell us more. So when you was growing up, you love football. Why not the other sports then?
Yeah, I mean, I played basketball too, and played, in the U.S. it's soccer, obviously, but, I played the game in the U.S. as a kid. And back then it was just parents that were doing the coaching, like it wasn't, there was no, previous to my generation, no one had played really. So the parents were coaching and they didn't even know what they were doing. Really, it was just they just wanted to get the kids involved. With sports and everything. And now it's changed. I mean, we're into the probably third generation, right, of people that have been playing a lot. So now you have parents that have a little bit more experience, and the coaching is obviously better today as well. But it's big in the US. People don't realize.
No, I do. Of course, with the thingy, with your Major League Soccer, right? They're like our captain was playing for Montreal FC when Thierry Henry was a coach and all that. So I used to follow a couple of the matches and all that type of thing. Yeah, it's big over there. And also it must, because US is in the World Cup. So one way or another, there must be something right you're doing, right, for you guys to come in the World Cup. And even there to pull a first one against the England, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. That's apart from what is it? that what they say about football and soccer, you know, there's some people in America who still think football is a, you know, so it's soccer over there, right? It's more
right.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
we call it soccer, but I mean,
So
people, we called our platform Footballer Life because you know we want it to be global. You know, it's not US based. I mean, we're you know, the founders are out of the US, but we want it to be a global community, and so you know that's why we created this app so that we could you know, so that we could connect the world. You know what I mean? Level the playing field a little bit. We want the marginalized communities to be to feel connected. You know what I mean? To feel like they're part of it.
They're part of it. I see. Maybe sharing things that might, you know, share the passion, share information in things like build a community with people like they're so passionate about it, and they're encouraging each other in ways like, you know.
Yeah, we really encourage the kids to support each other. You know, like I mean, there's kids posting in Kenya, there's kids in Brazil, in the US, and England, you know, in Spain, you know, that are posting. And so when someone posts something, we want it to be positive. We want someone to encourage them. You know, and that's the point.
Yeah.
You know?
I checked it out. I checked it out last night. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, go check out the Footballer Life app, and give some positive comments in there, and encourage each other in a passionate way. Mr. Tito is here with us. Quiet kule nyuma. Mr. Tito, talk to me. What's going on? So Mr. Clarke, yeah, you are aware of Next Star, right? Next Star, the tournament, right?
Oh yeah, we sponsored the tournament. We're really excited about this tournament.
Yeah. So you're coming in as one of the sponsors and one of the partners of Next Star. Tell us, like, what attracted you to what Tito and his team have been putting together over there?
So I think the biggest thing is that we have a shared vision of just what we want to do in terms of the African market, not just African market, but some of the other markets around the world. But you know, they're in a grassroots level, which is what we're looking to as well. We want to start young and get these kids, you know, get them the support they need, and inspire them to continue to play. And then also when we find a few kids that are top players, right, give them a credible opportunity to be seen, right, or to go somewhere, and you know, like whether it's in Europe or the US, and show their talent, right, and feel like they have a chance and they're part of the process. And so anyway, that when I talked to Tito and you know, we talked about the Next Star, I said that's exactly what we want, is because now there's boots on the ground, right? You know, we can find these kids, you know, we can support them at a young age, and make sure that that they have you know, what they need, you know, to flourish, you know, as a player. And then, you know, the Next Star tournament is how we'll find those kids and excite them to continue their growth, you know.
That's a beautiful thing, honorable thing. Hold on, just hold your horse right there. Mr. Tito.
Yo, man.
Right. Listen here. For ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time here, welcome. If it's not, well, you know how we get down. Tito is one of the people that we know about. I'll just give a little background for Tito for those who don't know. I call him Tito. His name is TiTUS MULAMA officially. Yeah, he's one of the Mulama brothers, which they're one of the people who many of us who are passionate about football have seen their gradual growth from sio grassroots, zile quite concrete. That was in grassroots, right? I'm sorry. Yeah, that was concrete floors, Maji. That no grassroots over there, brother. Come on. That was concrete, right? From the concrete jungles, Palevo, Urush, ikiwa Maisa na nini, all the way to history na Madara United, Wakishinda Moy Golden and everything, to playing pro and to what you're doing right now, Tito. We kind of give you your flowers right now. We say thank you for being with us here today. Karibu.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. I really appreciate to be here with you.
Let's talk about Next Star and this thing. Next Star, by the way, Next Star is going to be this Saturday. People, I'll leave a link down there. Yeah, you know how we do. I'll leave a link down there. You know how we do, okay? Isato watoiwa changamke. Anyway, Tito, Next Star, right? This is bring us up to speed. Like, let's assume nobody has heard about it and this is the first time they're going to hear about it. Just bring us up to speed. Mali sasa, give people a short background and then walete mpaka Mali what's going to be happening this Saturday, please.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, next is all about grassroots football and giving the kids an opportunity to compete against their mates, a fair opportunity to compete against their mates. We realized that there was a gap between the kids who can come from a well-to-do background and the kids that are whose families are not so well off. So these kids had no opportunity to compete with their peers. You see, because most of the times the tournaments you have to register with some cash and everything, so it was a bit difficult. So we took it upon ourselves to make sure that there is no gap. Every kid has an opportunity to play and have fun, because first of all, for the kids, even as the name of the tournament is the next football Funday tournament.
Right.
So
fun is a big component of the whole thing. Kids having fun is a big component. It's kind of the taste. It's a cornerstone of all these, right?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Beautiful.
So at least we give them that platform. They compete. Then we grow as a community, because it's not all about just the competition of the day, but it's about the growth of the different academies, different kids, different coaches.
They get to play against each other. They start knowing about each other. You know what I mean? Make new friends.
Oh yeah, because later they might meet in the national teams.
National team, or the, you know what I mean? Yeah. So the bonds are already being building bridges, basically, but through, because they're kids, and you guys know about football. Tito, you know about football. It gets to that point where football is like too much of a business, and the fun thing is just away. You know, check it, right? So if they miss this time, however good you are, ukiingilia, if you're getting into football when it's next to that business point, the enjoyment is not there anymore, to be honest. It's a challenge more. Yeah. So go on. Sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. So we have to let them enjoy, have fun in their youth, and whoever has a special talent, we look at ways to further his career in sports, and also maybe have a hand in education, just to make his life better.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. I give people the background because I know personally my boys are always in there. Big shout out to I got it's my people, yeah. Big shout out to Sakata Kandanda. We in there PIE time, yeah. Jojo, you know how my boys go down, yes. So it's been going on for a while, right?
Jonjo has been participating. Their team, Sakata Kandanda, has been in all the editions.
Yes.
We are on the 5th edition now.
Right.
Saturday 16th. We'll be at Tagoreti NCC grounds. Yeah, so it will be a big day. We are very, very much excited, because this time round we've had good support from Football Alive. We like David and his team very much, because it only shows that we are growing, and we can only get better.
That's the thing. It's a growth. You build, and the honesty and the hard work. I'm gonna go and take this time also to thank a couple of people who help next to behind the scenes, like Big Man Eugene. Eugene does a lot. Eugene does very much. Mango and all the coaches, my guys, you guys just keep doing it. As you can see, things are a little bit coming together, but we believe this is just the beginning. Sindio, we're just beginning. And my guys, each one help one, link iko hapo chini. Thank you, Mr. Tito. Let me just go back to David now, right? Mr. David, with Next Star and what Football for Life is doing, how important do you think it is for these kids, especially during holiday time and all that? We know it's not a lot of kids who like engage in football will end up being footballers, right? What are some of the other lessons that, you know, go along with the whole ethos of this?
I think that it's key to just be, you know, you could call it a distraction for some kids or whatever, but you know, it's like they need to have something that they're focusing on, and that's part of, you know, the whole process of being a kid, right? And so you go on, you're going to be in school, you're going to have to deal with issues that every kid has to deal with, but but if you have a distraction or something that you can focus on, and you're always pointing towards the next tournament or the next training session or whatever, then they're focused on something. And so you know, that's the key, I think, is just making sure that these kids, you know, like you said, most won't be footballers, you know, but we can inspire them through the game to, you know, to continue down the right path. So get your education. So
yeah. So there isn't any formal way, like basically we're still concentrating on how to help them in the football way and all that, right? So there isn't any other formal way of how to engage them outside the football bit, but just the football. That's where we're starting with for right now, yeah?
Yeah.
But we are hoping moving forward, like even there'll be mentorship, maybe older footballers mentoring the younger footballers and those type of things.
Yeah, I mean, we have a coach's education, you know, that we're going to start as well to help, you know, on the football side of things, you know, but we definitely want to have some fun, and you know, we can even have contests for different things, you know, for kids that are having good grades in school or whatever we want to do. But it's our community, right? So we can do what we want. You know, that's the thing about Instagram and Facebook, is we can't control that. You know, what happens there, TikTok, but on our platform, on our community, we can control it. And so we can have fun and make sure it's a positive experience. But yeah, the football is just a way, really, for most kids, it's just a way to get them, you know, focused on the right things, and make sure that they're, you know, getting, you know, everything they need as a kid, right? That we can help provide.
All right. Can you just take a minute and let them know more about the app and where they can go to get the app, please?
So the app is Footballer Life, FTBLR Life. It's short for Footballer Life, okay? And so yeah, it's on iOS and Android App Store. You can get it there. You know, just you create it just like you would an Instagram or Facebook or TikTok account. And so it's a social platform, but you also have a profile where you can put your football information on, right? Like your CV, if you will, right? About what you've done. Even if you're a coach, you can have that, or a club, you know, so anyone can create an account, and then you can follow. You could follow Tito. He's got a profile. You can follow Next Star. You can follow myself. You know, there's kids that we have a great player, Bernardo Gama in Brazil, that just signed with Coritiba. That's 13, an amazing talent, you know, and you can follow him. So lots of kids in Kenya. We got Mesa Mighty Eagles out there, you know, that have a lot of kids on there. So it's like, you know, we have a lot of great Nairobi academies. So yeah, it's a fun way to connect, you know, around the world.
And we're gonna go. Listen, my people, you had the man there, yeah? We broadcasting from a secret location in London, and all my man them, that's the thing. Football for life. I put the links down there, yeah? You know how we do. So you go follow the link. Download it on it's available on all thingy for both platforms, your Androids and iOS, right? Yeah, you had the man there. It's available in both things. So yeah, we need to go ahead and do that. And you're linking with every man across the globe. While you're on a penda ball, you get to see tricks, you get to see football things in a positive way. Okay, in a positive way. Right. Since that, like Mr. Clarke, we're talking about like basically positive encouragement. This is what I'm hearing from you. You are talking about positive encouragement towards the kids, right? Being that you're familiar with football, you played a lot, Aliku, and you got to whatever age, and your kid, you told me your kid is also, one of your sons also playing and all that, and even like it's kind of like you're involved in that type of thing, so you feel like you sharing it positively with other people is going to be beneficial all across, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the key is supporting each other, right?
Mm.
You know, it's like it's a difficult path. You know,
Mm.
life is difficult. Being a footballer is just as difficult, if not more. You
Mm.
know, and so it's really about just supporting each other. You know, with Tito, you know, Tito and I have become good friends now.
Mm.
You know, and I wouldn't have met him if it wasn't for this, you know, and so
There you
you
go.
know, for me, there's a lot of value in understanding other people's
Mm.
perspectives and what they're going through, and everyone has a different fight going on, right, in life, and so it's fun to just connect globally and try to bring the community, make it smaller, right? You know,
Mm.
there's some I call them economic and geographic fences out there, you know, so it's like
Yeah.
we want to make sure there's no economic fence and there's no geographic fence, right? So someone in Brazil or someone in Kenya or whatever, they might have an economic fence that they can't afford to, like Tito was saying, to be in a tournament or whatever. But
Yeah.
our platform is free for everyone. You know,
Mm.
no one pays anything. You know, and so you know, we want to make sure no one says, "Well, I'd like to get on Footballer Life and connect, but I don't have the money." You know, it's like that will never happen.
Yeah.
You know, and so we want to make sure, you know, everyone can be involved. And then, you know, when you're out there, you don't feel like you're disconnected from the process. You know, that's kind of the other key. So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, so that's good.
Mm.
It's a great league, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, it one of the best. But just like as a testament to what you guys are trying to do, building a global community. I think now also football, it has been global. Like I think I don't think there's anywhere in the world where they don't kick a ball about. Maybe their league is not of stature and what level. Basically, the game is loved and enjoyed globally, and maybe played on different levels globally. But now, I think with what the Arabs are doing and what it's kind of like decentralizing. And now even like you'll have an Arab league that will have good players also. You see, you'll have or a league in
Right.
China that will kind of have good players. Or you see what I'm saying? So I think we're going to that place. I think where
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think, you know, the one thing is it's not the English players aren't the only good players or German or Spanish. You know,
yeah,
if the Kenyan players had the infrastructure that they have in England, they would
yeah,
be just as good, if not better.
yeah. You know what I mean?
You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
so it's like that's what needs to happen is we need to help the infrastructure in some of the other places in the world, and then it'll just be that much more competitive.
Mm,
You know, I mean, you could have
yeah.
an African league that was the best league in the world in 20 years.
Yeah, who says no, like yeah, and that's basically which sorry, thank you for joining us, Tito. We're still going on with the conversation. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, candid conversations. You know how we do, you know how we get down around here. We're broadcasting to you from a secret location in London, and we're beaming out all across the globe. Yeah, we're in Colorado today. Yeah, shouts out to anybody and everybody in Colorado. Cold over there, I'm told. That's what my man David is saying. Right? Yeah, it's cold also here in England, and I bet it's cold in Zurich and also, right? Listen, Candid Convo, we're back at it again, doing what we're doing. Today is a special edition where we're linking up with Next Star, you know, Next Star Football Funday, the thing that is always around in Eastlands for all the kids from Eastlands and these other areas, the kids that, you know, maybe paying the registration fees had. Maybe, you know what I mean? All these soccer academies that are around Eastlands. Yo, I gotta shout out to Kandanda, my man. Yeah. My man Jojo and them and everybody who's around there. I know Tito kills me every time I say this, but those are my people. I'm rooting for them. We're in here again. Next Star, Football Funday. Saturday the 16th, Dagoretti. Don't miss. Link over there. Unacheki. Link do your apple. Link do your apple. Cheza kama wewe. Right. And also today we got one of the biggest sponsors and partners for Next Star, FTBLRLIFE. Right? It's an app.
Yeah.
Link iko hapo chini. Switch to the link. Go download the app. And become a global member of this family, Footballer Life family. Mimi ni sikuwa download Bob swear down from here. That's what I'm going to do. Now download the app. Then you'll see me with my profile look. So by the time this comes out in the corner profile look, you go do what you're doing necessary. Yeah. So we're here again. Part 2. Yo, a big shout out to my sponsors, man. Where would I be without you guys? All the well wishes, Nakila Mtu. Yeah. Did I forget anybody? I'll come back to you. You're too many, man, and I love you all. Right, so we're talking to David Clarke of the app Footballer Life, and we're talking to TiTUS MULAMA, one of the organizers, one next star. So, guys, and I'll give either one of you can take this first, right? You see, like in life, now every other thing, there's challenges and all that type of thing, right? So I want to start with TiTUS. Please, can you tell us some of the challenges zenye ulikuwa unapitia pale mbele that you went through, whatever one or two, just to highlight a couple, and then say if there's some that you've navigated across, and then whatever you are, or how did you navigate through them kufikia mpaka hapa, and what's the way forward? Some of the challenges that you had, Mr. Tito.
Okay, sawa kabisa. Well, when we started, we had a few challenges, especially with getting the teams to the tournament, you know, and also having something to entice the teams to come, to encourage them to come, because they didn't quite understand what we are trying to do. Yeah, so one or two, of course, managing a tournament also requires some amount of cash.
Yeah,
you know, so you have to really solicit for funds. So funding was a challenge also. But with time, we have managed to organize ourselves well, having one or two partners. We have Footballer Life, who just came in big. We have Joan Locks, who is our ambassador and head of girls tournament, which we shall be hosting next year.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, and also getting teams on board, as I said, it was a bit difficult. But as we progressed, we started with 6 boys teams and 6 girls teams. But now we progressed. We are on 16 teams, boys only. But next year we do it with girls also.
Okay.
Yeah, to get coaches understand what we are doing, to get the communities to understand what we are doing. We have had a good team, working coordinator. We have around a team of 10 guys who are really working hard for us to try to mobilize teams, not just from one area, but from a large, most of the constituencies in Nairobi.
Yeah.
So we want to reach as many teams as possible, because when we like we have ambassadors in every constituency. When we go back, everyone is talking about that tournament.
So as a way of you kind of reaching or helping with the organization thingy, you made sure Nexta has an ambassador in every constituency, right? So that kind of put the word out, and they know about the teams. They encourage the coach, because it's really hard, logistics taking into account, and also bearing in mind that most of these teams come from the not so well, borderline deprived areas of the society, right? Now, to most people, the term deprived is relative, right? It's really relative, and you can't one to the other because of what they think. Some people think they're deprived, but then there are people who are really, really deprived, right? And that's kind of like your balance where your work is between these two, right? So there'll be teams who, they're a team, they can afford to pay, and then there are teams who are they're a team, but they really can't afford to pay, right? And they can't even afford means of how to get to the tournament itself, right? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
but also we have ways of working with such academies, because we have one, two, or three academies who sometimes are really face challenges, but we try also to find friends who can
Okay.
support them.
Yeah, yeah.
Where we can support the team to arrive, and when they come, we make sure that they have a meal. At least when the kids go home, they have something in their tummy.
The
So
enticing thing. The enticing
oh, yeah,
thing that David Clarke spoke about earlier. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I
yeah,
see.
sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, that's a beautiful thing, Mr. TiTUS MULAMA. Yeah, next time, unasikia Sato next time. My guys, yeah, link down there. You know how we get it down. Ndio mziki next time. Yeah, right. Mr. Clarke, can you tell us some of the challenges that since your conception and since whatever to wherever you are and how it's been, please?
I mean, challenges for us are just, building a platform like this. It's been almost 4 years now we've been working on this, so it doesn't happen overnight. And so, that's one of the things we've been working on. But, just getting the word out there. A lot of people don't understand, that there's no community out there right now. And so some people are skeptical, of course, because they think, oh, we're not sure what this is for, or is it real, in terms of what we can do. And so that's our challenge, is to make sure that we, that we actually produce what we say we will produce. You know what I mean? Like we see academies, we create an application process, and I can give you the link to that too. But for academies that want to be involved with our community and our platform, and in a week we've gotten 30 academies around Nairobi.
We'll drop the link there for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're checking this, by the way, hold on. This is not just, okay, I know we're speaking about Next Star, but it's not just for Next Star specifically. Anybody who's going to be catching this later on or whatever, right? Listen, the links are down there that Mr. Clarke is talking about. And we're creating a football community that's going to improve and trying to encourage and bring together young kids, right? With fun being the element of it for starters, and enticing them into football for starters, but with the hopes that in future we can help, or we can put our brains together to see how we can guide them and whatever up the ladder to whatever, to be meaningful members of the society, basically, because we know not everybody's gonna end up as a professional footballer, right?
Yeah, I mean, the challenges we see, for one, is equipment. We have about, I think, 28 or 30 applications so far. That's about 3,000 kids that want to, their academies want to just get involved with our community. And so we ask them how many balls they have, right? So you have academies out there with 200 kids with 2 soccer balls, or 1.
Wow.
And I say, well, that's a challenge for them, because they can't have all the kids at one time playing, right? So that's, if anybody wants help with that, we want to donate as many balls as we can. On our app, we're going to have a count up of how many balls we've donated, because that's one of the things we want to focus on.
Right.
You can't really tell a kid in Kenya that you got to compete with a kid in England when they get 2 hours a week with a ball, and only about 10% of the time they're in training, they have a ball at their feet, and then when they go home, they have no ball.
Exactly. Yeah.
So they get 20 minutes a week with a ball. With a kid in England might get 10. So you can't really tell them they got to, they can't compete in that situation. So that's one big thing for us, is we're focusing on balls. The other thing is, for some of the more sophisticated academies, we want to get them a camera system, because no one can see their talent if it's not on video. Right?
That's so
the
that's technicalities now. It's tapping into the technicalities, possibilities of how to improve with training, and how to run game, like marking and all that. Now I see they're using a lot of camera techniques and all that to improve that.
Yeah. So, and if we can capture their talent on video, now we can go to an agent in London or an agent in Los Angeles and say, hey, look at this, the talent on this girl or this boy, right? And then they can see it with their own 2 eyes, and then we can go from there. And from there, then we create credible, opportunities. Like I think Tito, the first time I talked to Tito, I was telling him about what we were doing. And he said, "You guys are the bridge, but you're bridging the gap between talent and opportunity." And I said, "Tito, you're exactly right." He said it better than I've ever said it.
Yeah,
but that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, Mr. Clarke. Now, listen, any parting shot from you, Mr. Tito, before we finish, yeah? Can you just give us a quick breakdown when your next itakuwa this next Saturday, nina nini, and then if you have something to say, and then after that, I'll pass you to Mr. Clarke, and then we see if we can say our thanks and be out of here. Mr. Tito.
But first, I would like to say that also at Next Star, with our community, we are trying to empower our coaches and staff from the teams. Like Clarke said, with the coaching courses, we recently did a first aid course, which is very important to when you're handling kids. You have that basic knowledge, that together with and other things like life skills. They are coming up soon. So it is the best place to be in this moment. Over the weekend we have 16 teams already, starting at around 9. We should be done by 5. Awarding the finalists. Of course, every player will every team will have a set of uniforms and a football to go home with. The best player, the best keeper, we're going to reward. And our policy always is that we don't give money to young boys. Developing boys. So we encourage them maybe a football or a soccer boot. That is how it will be going down. The kids will go home half full because we'll have a snack. Because they play. Some of them might have to play a lot of matches. So we also consider that, bearing in mind their background, they have to go back home.
Man.
So it is what we are looking at, and we hope to have a fun day as we call our tournament.
Right. Well, this thing is coming out on Friday. Kesho, wase kesho, right? You know what we're doing. Kesho kila mtu anatana Next Star. Bonyeza link hapo. Bado unabonyeza link kwa ile ninio ya shilingi 2-3, sio, right? Link hii ya ile sio, right?
Yes.
My guys, come on, man. And Tito, I gotta say this, for what you're trying to do, you, Eugene, Kinamango, all the coach, like, we know of kids who you've helped raise through football, Tito, and we can see what they did the other day, right? Right?
Yeah.
No, I know you're smiling. I know you're smiling proudly. Yeah. Like, for those who know, you saw how Kenya under-18 was looking good last week. We was looking good. Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it at that, all right? Before we get too passionate. Thank you so much, Tito, for what you've been doing. And we're here. Break up. Nina Nini, tuko here. We keep doing it, and we keep giving all the support we can. Thanks a lot. So Next Star, Saturday, kesho. Thank you, Mr. Clarke. Any parting words from you, please, sir?
No, I mean, we really appreciate you having us on, and we're excited to work with Next Star and grow Next Star. That's one of our focuses, and so we're excited for the tournament, and we just want to keep getting bigger and just making an impact in the community is number one. So,
right. Thank you kindly, sir. And what you're doing is a very noble thing. I just said, like, I haven't downloaded the app and joined yet, but that's what I'm going to do immediately after this. So you guys, you catch me also on FTBLRLIFE. Peer me, I'll be in there with my profile very soon. See? And thank you very much for what you're doing, Mr. Clarke. And we are definitely looking forward to bigger things. And we're hoping this partnership will grow to something big. And welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. And we're having a good feeling about this. We'll be honest about that. A good feeling about this.
Right. Well, thanks for having us. We really appreciate it. We'll check in again maybe after the tournament. And see
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking let's break down the outcome of the tournament and then we see how it goes. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, it's been nice. It's been lovely. I know it's the last one this year. Hence the listen, you can see, yeah, the missus is already having them Christmas decorations on and all that type of thing. My space is getting smaller. That's why, yeah, but hey, we are in the spirit, we're in the mood, and Merry Christmas to everybody. And yeah, we'll catch up.